Hello, Libra. I am back and I'm here for your weekly energy check-in. I have taken a hiatus for a while, so hopefully everybody welcomes me back. I was in Hurricane Beryl. My house got destroyed, and I had started the channel a couple of times, and hopefully now it's being blessed. So with your help, if you like, share and subscribe, we can get this up and running again. And if you've been in a national disaster or hurricane, fires, tornadoes, let me know where you live and what that was like, because it was crazy for me. It's kind of been it's been a crazy year. So the information on how to get a personal reading is in the description box below. Assign genders how you see fit. If you do not like shuffling, fast forward through the shuffling. And if the shoe doesn't fit, don't wear it, okay, babies? All right. And the deck I'm going to use, I'm going to do a Celtic cross spread, and the deck I'm going to use is the Saint Soleil Lucid Dreams Tarot deck, okay? And I think I did a review of it on Instagram, if you want to go look at that. Okay, so let's get into it. Please, Spirit, please share with me. What does Libra need to know? What are the most important and significant things for Libra to know this week? Oh, this is nice. So the bottom of the deck is the King of Cups. So he's great, right? He's very emotionally grounded. He's emotionally stable. He's emotionally mature. He's usually a dad. He's definitely the one you want to go to if you want a hug and a kiss and be told you're awesome. Not the dad for logic too much. In his darker energy, which I'm not picking up on that yet, he can be very manipulative and very emotionally unstable. So let's see what's going on. I'm sorry, I don't usually take this long. So, okay. So to me, your first card out is the Hierophant. So usually this is somebody you go to for advice, like an attorney, a therapist, whoever your spiritual advisor or religious advisor is. And it's crossed with the Ten of Swords. And so that's in your difficulty. So there's some kind of difficulty with a backstabbing or a betrayal in your energy. And I'm inclined to say it was with a marriage or a higher commitment, because they were like this. Okay, so that's going to be like the general way we're going with the reading. Okay, that's the energy, the current energy. There was some sort of new beginning started in a business or with a person that was a Queen of Cups. We have the Queen of Pentacles. So we have the Ace of Pentacles and we have the Queen of Pentacles. She is usually a mom, a wife, manages quite a lot, incredibly nurturing. Everything around her grows. She has businesses. She's handling money. So it could be, you started a business with a Queen of Pentacles energy, or some sort of business started or something began that was supposed to be probably financially stable with this person. And that was in your past, like something began with that person. And it was supposed to be, or is, or was positive. Your goal, Libra, is you want new love, or you want a new beginning, something new from the heart space. So let's keep going. Now we're kind of getting some more information, right? Because we have that how you're seeing yourself is in the Five of Cups. So you're sad and with some regret, possibly focusing on the negative, because the advice with this card is typically, don't focus on these 3 cups that have spilled over. Focus on the 2 right here, the positive, that are still standing up. So we see some regret and sadness here. Friends, family, coworkers, people around you, they see you as a little bit ticked off right now, in some earthly energy with the devil. Just be careful of, we're not getting into some controlling or substance abuse behavior. Just watch that. But I tend to, right now, I'm looking at that as that your people are seeing you as quite angry. So the first card that went down was the 8 of Cups, and then right beside it was the Knight of Cups, which he's a messenger. And a lot of times it can be a love and things like that, but sometimes it's just a message being relayed. And so the 8 of Cups is getting so overwhelmed that you just abandon the mess. These ones are pretty lined up, but typically it's a bunch of cups spilled over and somebody walking to the sun. So, you could be in this emotionally overwhelmed position where you just want to let all this go and move on. And that could be like the message that you're sending to somebody, or somebody is coming to bring to you. Okay. being that you're so angry and in regret, I'm inclined to say, like, you're ready to just kind of be like, I want to fuck with this. I don't want to mess with this anymore, right? I'm moving on. And so, and that really is what your guidance is. The guidance spot is to just put the past behind you, because this is where it was. This was your near future, a message, and then your guidance, the Eight of Cups, but they were both beside each other, so I'm inclined to read them together. So your overall outcome is the Seven of Swords, and the Seven of Swords is usually read as like the cheater card, the liar card, the deception card. However, it can also be about making a plan and being calculated and strategic. So if you're already having difficulties with an ending or a backstabbing or a betrayal, and your guidance is to leave it all behind, and you're in this state of depression, and your friends are just seeing you as like ticked off at a minimum, it might be time for you to just be rational and calculated and create an exit plan, because we have the King of Cups permeating the reading. So it's either you need to be in his energy or this dude did it, right? And it was with this chick, right? Assign the genders how they fit their energies and their stages of energy. So, you know, it might just be time for you to make an exit plan and walk yourself the heck out, right? And just go find your new love that you desire and you want for yourself, or to be fulfilled in that space elsewhere, and just be very strategic about protecting your heart and make your exit plan. All right. I'm kind of afraid to get some message cards because this looks like not a good human. And I would hate for you to be suckered back into anything they would be trying to sucker you back into. So let's do this. Just use your intuition and remember your advice was to leave it behind and make a plan, okay? Basically. So this is the deck I'm going to use. It's called Heart's Hidden Secrets. This is what the back of the deck looks like. Please, Spirit, please share with me, what are Libra's person's overall and most significant feelings towards Libra? Please, Spirit, please share with me, what are Libra's person's overall and most significant feelings towards Libra? Please, Spirit, please share with me, what are Libra's overall and most significant feelings towards Libra? Please, Spirit, please share with me, what are Libra's overall and most significant feelings towards Libra? What are Libra's person's overall and most significant feelings towards Libra? What are Libra's person's overall and most significant feelings towards Libra? Bottom of the deck, divine feminine, so that's like the Empress energy in the tarot deck. The most evolved feminine energy. She embodies all the queens in the deck, right? She's all about growth. She's all about standing in her power. And she's the feminine energy of a twin flame relationship or high-level soul connection relationship, if you're into that. Okay, I don't typically take reversals, but this came out in reverse. So shallow, hollow, empty, and boredom. So it's kind of like the Four of Cups energy, but it came up in reverse. So when that card is in reverse, it means being open and emotional. So right off the bat, they have karma. It says consequences, cause and effect, debts, no crap. Memories, reminiscing, dwelling, bittersweet. So that's kind of like the Six of Cups energy. This is like justice or judgment. Hoping. We have expecting, faith, manifesting. I would read that as the Star card if you were going to relate it to a tarot card. So that Star card right beneath it would be like the Four of Cups. Resistance, secret admirer, suppressing, timid. So this would be like the Ace of Swords, or not the Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords energy. And then we have family, fertility, parenthood, pregnancy. So this could also literally be another Empress energy, right? Divine feminine energy coming out again, or a Queen of Pentacles energy. Very much Queen of Pentacles energy. So take it however you want to take it, what fits. So I have karma over resistance. So justice over Page of Swords. Memory over family. So like Six of Cups over whatever you would want, the Queen of Cups or the Empress. And then the Star over the Four of Cups in reverse. So your person, their karma is kind of watching you right now and going over the memories of being a family with you, or how nurturing and loving and caring you are, and just probably if you're thinking in terms of the Six of Cups and the Page of Swords, they're spying or going over things or asking people or talking about you and thinking about the memories and watching, and that's their karma of like remembering what it was like to be a family with you and having to watch that. And they're going through this healing process and incredibly hopeful that, you know, at some point you guys will be emotionally open with each other. So they have hope of being emotionally open again and getting, you know, through this, and maybe speaking again instead of this just being them watching, waiting, reminiscing, watching you live life and stuff like that. So let's get what they would say to you and just assign the energy, how it goes for you. This deck is called His Situations. So please, Spirit, please share with me what does Libra's person have to say to them. And just remember, your guidance was to put this behind you, to make a plan and be calculated with your heart, okay? So their karma could very well be watching you heal, and nobody that's sane would tell you to go back to an abusive, toxic person. Please, Spirit, please share with me what does Libra's person want to say to them. Please, Spirit, please share with me what does Libra's person want to say to them. Oh, at the bottom of the deck is, when I said I didn't love you, that was a lie. Just be careful. Okay, you might be dealing with someone with avoidant attachment disorder, and I resonate with this energy, okay? So it says, I don't want to lose myself in this relationship. So if you want to look up some stuff on avoidant attachment disorder, when things get super emotional, they forget. And I am not even lying. The tower is right underneath that. I didn't even pick it up before. And under that is the Four of Pentacles. So, you know, emotionally unstable and holding back, right? Definitely sounds like an avoidant. And they get emotionally unstable because it's getting deep, right? And they don't know if they're ready for that. So they freak out. And then they do something to sabotage the relationship. And I'm not saying that's good, because some of them can do stuff like cheat, which is what it looks like it could have been here. But then some of them are like me, that just ghost out and they're like, it's too much, I can't deal, I gotta go. Which is literally what this message could be like. It's like, this is too much, I gotta go. The Eight of Cups can be like that. So whether this is you or them, I am definitely seeing this as avoidant energy. And it's not nice, I know, but it's just that they lost their autonomy in childhood to a degree, and then so much emotional responsibility was put on them. So they were probably dealing with adult things and adult decisions at a young age, and were left to manage that on their own, really young. And then that's what happens, is that if anybody wants to get deep with them, or they feel like their space is being invaded, they freak out because they don't want to lose themselves in the relationship. They have to find what's going on, because that emotion is a lot. Not an excuse, just it's what's happening. So many times I've had the phone in my hand, ready to reach out to you. I don't know if I believe in soulmates or twin flames, but if I do, you are my twin flame, which it makes sense that these cards would come out twice. So it's another twin flame reference. But if they cheat on you, if they beat on you or whatever, that's not it. If they just ghosted out, you might be able to forgive them. But if they did any other things, that's not a twin flame. That's just them thinking that and assigning that label. Please come back. I made a mistake. I've realized that I want you and I don't want to be a player no more. So come on, they probably cheated. I'm broken inside, which to a degree, unhealed avoidance, even if they can't even admit it, they're unhealed and they're broken inside. And every time it's going to be like, when you're learning to drive a standard car and it goes through that herky-jerky stuff as you're learning, they're learning to be in a relationship that goes deep. With me, it's like I like my friends. That's my happy place. Going deeper than that scares me because I've been in a lot of relationships with narcissistic people, right? And that's typical for an avoidant because the narcissists don't want to go deep. So then they find themselves comfortable with that. And to a degree, narcissists neglect their partners, right? And so I'm not saying you're a narcissist, but that's what happened to them. That you might be the good person, and it looks like that might be true with the divine feminine energy coming out and you being the one that's hurt and stuff like that. But they're broken inside, right? And it's because they don't want to lose themselves because everybody runs all over their boundaries, and avoidants tend to pick narcissistic people because they're selfish and they neglect them, and avoidants are used to neglect. They're accustomed to neglect. So when you want to pay attention to them and you're trying to give them this cup of love, they don't know what to do with it. It's overwhelming. And when people get overwhelmed, they get ticked off. And they'll either take off or they'll start sabotaging things and ruining things and doing stupid things. And unfortunately, a lot of avoidants cheat. Not my lane, personally, but it is typical. And it's typical for them to have multiple shallow relationships at a time. So if they are in this unhealed phase, it is important for you to protect your heart and make calculated decisions to move away from it. Kind of like what your guidance was telling you. So, and it can be true. Like they can be telling you the truth. Like, you are my soulmate. You get me. Please come back. I made a mistake. I have the phone in my hand to talk to you all the time. I realize it's you in separation. Because if it's a masculine or male, they realize not with you with all that love that feels suffocating, all the emotions feel suffocating to them. When they get a break from it, they decompress and they move back into logic, and they're able to evaluate what happened and process their emotions to whatever degree they're capable of doing that. And then they can decide and realize all these things. Higher level soulmate connections do not beat you, cheat on you, hurt you, traumatize you. They just teach you. So there's like karmics, and then there's uber toxic karmics. And if this avoidant, what it looks like is an avoidant person, is not healed or don't even know that they are an avoidant, you got a long road, and this is going to be one of those herky-jerky car rides. So I very well could be the messenger from the divine telling you to make a calculated plan, move on, and protect your heart, because I have this attachment style. I have this neglect in my past. I have these type of relationships in my past. Have I healed it? Mostly. I understand that I have it. I understand now when I get anxiety and I'm overwhelmed, it's my issue, not necessarily the person's. They're just trying to love me and be near me and be close to me. But it freaks us out, and if they did something toxic, like I don't typically do anything toxic other than ghost out, which everybody thinks that's toxic nowadays, but I ghost out and I won't talk until I feel better, like till I can have a conversation. Some avoidance, they go cheat. So that's what you're dealing with. Keep them moving, baby. Okay, so this deck, I love this deck so much. It's so good and it works so fast. And if I pull it, I normally only just need to pull one card. Like I don't need to do a full spread for myself. So let's just see what comes out of here for some energy that you can take with you for the rest of the week. And they are called the Miracle Cards. Right. Please, Spirit, please share with me, what is a message that Libra can take with them for the rest of the week? Please, Spirit, please share with me, what is a really great and most significant message that Libra can take with them for the rest of the week? An overall message that Libra can take with them for the rest of the week. Okay, so your message is life and death. And it says, life is like a book that never ends. Chapters close, but not the book itself. The end of one physical incarnation is like the end of a chapter. On some level, setting up the beginning of another. So this is exactly like the death and rebirth card in Lightseers, or the death card in general. You are in a transformation state, okay? And all endings bring new beginnings. So it could be that it's time to end this chapter in your life, little Libra, and begin anew. Sounds like it. If you liked what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe so that we can get this channel going and popping again. How to get a hold of me is in the description box below for personal readings. Thank you so much and have a great week, Libra.